It's Tuesday. You know what that means. It's time for another exciting episode of Tiny Meng Tuesday. As always, I am one of your hosts, Diamond Dave Wheeler. Oh, what's up, Hale Aragorn? Already blowing up the chat. All right, cool. With me, as always, is my fantastic co-host, the effervescent madman of Minneapolis. That's right, I'm keeping it. I'm sorry, Matt. Matt, what's up?
I mean, not much I can do about it, really. It just kind of is what it is.
It's very true. Oh, man, Mitch Falcon, Smoking Joe, Super Spike, howdy, howdy. And with us this week is our very special guest, James Person. What up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
So, James is a fellow local comic creator here in the Twin Cities, as well as actor extraordinary. I see you there, Tuck. That's right, I see you in the chat. As well as Mitch Falcon. I'm not the on this show. I'm Diamond Dave Wheeler. See, it's another different channel, different persona.
Keep trying.
Shh. Anyways, as always, Tiny Meng Tuesday is about talking shop and chopping shop. So we're doing customs, talking about creative ventures, talking toys, talking wrestling, talking whatever we want, because you know what? We can. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. Hi, welcome. If you got questions, drop it in the chat. There we go, Mitch Falcon. Fine. Hey, it's Diamond Dave. Right? Yeah. All right, cool. Progress. So, yeah. How's it going, fellas? You guys having a good day?
For the most part, it's a Tuesday. So...
It's been a day.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Apparently, I will be the Diamond Dave. I'm okay with that, Super Spike.
The Diamond Dave.
Oh, man, Pale Aragorn already commenting on the collections behind us. One thing I'm thinking about trying to do on some random Tiny Meng Tuesdays is do a collection spotlight with some of our guests. We'll be getting into some of that maybe next month. We got some exciting stuff coming up. So, yeah, keep an eye out for it. But first and foremost, we're going to start with our awesome guest, Jimmy Person, a dear friend of mine. Jimmy, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. I'm going to put the spotlight on you, Big Jimmy.
Oh, well, what's to tell? I mean, what can you give me a primer?
No primer.
Hello, I am James Franklin Person. Yes, Person is in fact my last name. I am, as Dave said, a fellow comic book creator, local guy. Publish a book called Hench Incorporated. So I know you saw the logo in the introduction. We're getting that started up again now that pandemic is starting to wind down again. In addition, I am an actor. I am a singer. I like to fancy myself a sort of dancer once in a while. I am a fellow comic book reader and collector and general nerd of all the things nerdy.
Nailed it.
I'm also an Aries.
No,
my birthday was yesterday. So
I knew it.
So there's that, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know.
No, that's about it. That's good. That's good. Basically this show is just all about spotlighting like-minded folks, creatives and whatnot. I'm dropping all of our socials in the chat. So if you want to follow or check out any of us online, check out the links in the chat. We'll have a little interview for you a little later on. Surprise. No, I'm just kidding. We'll basically just be shooting the breeze pretty much all night. It's good times. But yeah, like I said, on here, we're usually live customizing. If you have any questions or whatnot, drop them in the chat as well. So Jimmy, what are you working on this evening?
I am painting. A few years ago, I picked up a board game through Kickstarter from Monolith Studios. They have a couple properties that they're working on. Most of them are fantasy-based. They have a Conan game. I can't remember what there's a Ragnarok game that they just launched, but I picked up the first in this game called Batman Gotham City Chronicles.
Yeah.
So it's a miniature scenario-based game. I have one of my minis that I have painted here. This was one of the first ones that I got done.
The Batman.
Ooh.
All right, hold on. Let's zoom it in for the folks.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get the camera.
Yeah, the focus is always.
There you go.
So It's a decent little miniature collection. I've got 150 Batman related characters in the DC.
It's impressive, man. It's nuts.
But today, I don't think you need to necessarily zoom in. I'm working on Red Hood. I got him primed up prior to the chat just to get started on it right and proper.
Nice.
But yeah,
very cool.
But yeah, there's a decent supply of things for me to paint while in the world of a pandemic.
Right? Pale Aragorn in the chat. With enough liquid courage, anybody's a good dancer. In that instance, good is a relative term.
Yes.
I've often said that by the time I am drunk enough to dance, I am too drunk to dance.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
I can understand that struggle. Matt, what are you working on this evening?
Well, I am botching this paint right now. Clean that up. Still working on Spitfire. She's coming along, almost there. Just gotta.
Hold on. Zoom in for the people. There she is.
Had to do some sanding on the
very nice
sculpting I did. So
yeah.
Painting the red, and then got a few other things here. I've been doing some sculpting on this. Started that last week. I'll keep working on that. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. And then on Sunday, if you've been watching the show and care at all, I did put this one to bed. Black Knight.
So good.
Ooh, nice.
Black Knight
is done. I got to get some quality pictures of him, but
hell yeah,
Sir Percy of Scandia.
Very nice.
Now,
God, I love that.
Nice.
Complete. So, yeah. Maybe one day they'll give us a horse for him.
Someday. I don't know, if Boss Fight goes more in the 6-inch realm, who knows? Maybe you'll get a horse from them.
I mean,
because I don't want to call it tiny horses. It's just a smaller scale.
Majestic ponies.
Yes. Well, they're made for 3 3/4 inch, so for 6 inches, they are majestic ponies.
Exactly.
I am working on a few random things. I will be working on a commission that, unfortunately, I can't really show much on camera because I found out that the person these figures are going to is a viewer. So I can't show them. So I'll be painting down here tonight. I will be continuing work on Earring Mulligan's Tonga Kid. It looks really weird, but it's because I have a lei that goes around his head. So I got to bake that off a little bit. I'll be continuing work on Heel Bailey, as well as Matt, right before the show, was unboxing his Disguised Turtles 4-pack from NECA. And I, too, I got that set last week, and I have the turtles on display and nerded out thoroughly about them. But I stripped them. I didn't have them in disguise, which kind of negates the whole purpose of the set. However, the neat thing is the coats and jackets fit perfectly on the original 2-pack versions. So I am slowly dressing the turtles. Tuck, damn it. Any important life tips this week, Dave? Yes. Water, still hot when boiling. Hot glue, you know what? Hot. Super glue, super sticky. And that's been your tips of the day. No, but that looks pretty awesome. I mean, it's a simple swap, but it's the same body essentially. Yeah. So it's like, I kind of like them kind of gritting their teeth a little bit. So I'll be outfitting those guys.
And you can put the terrifying masks on them all.
Oh my God! Hold on, let me.
That was terrifying human faces.
Where'd it go? There it is. Hold on. Right there. Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, those are. I know they're supposed to look bad or weird, but oh boy.
Enhancement talent in the chat. What up, Danny? What a cute little trench coat, she says. Oh, Pale Aragorn, do you guys have a favorite chip?
Chip.
starting off with like tater chip, like snack chip.
I mean,
I don't know. Drop them hot links in the chat. Uh, I mean, it depends on the day for me personally. I don't know. I'm
I am
partial.
partial too, and apparently everybody else at work is as well because the vending machine is always out.
Of what?
Of the sour cream
Oh, a classic standby.
ruffled chips. I have a friend who swears by the Lay's All Dressed. I have not had them.
All right. Sour cream and cheddar, like the like fluorescent orange ones.
Yeah.
Those were my jam when I was eating more of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to be eating any of it either, but it's there at work in the machine.
Oh man,
it tastes good and it fills you up, and it, I get it.
They are delicious. What about you, Jimmy? Do you have Pale Aragorn snack chip? There we go.
It does depend on the mood that grabs me. I'm weird sometimes where I actually like eating just plain corn chips.
Oh, that's not weird.
Well, I've had plenty of people tell me it is, but I proudly represent the people that eat just plain corn chips, like just a regular bag of Tostitos. Anyway, I love chili cheese Fritos.
Yeah, a highly underranked chip.
Also, because Fritos, you get more in the bag. So if you want to eat.
What's up, Pikamu? How's it going? Anything is better with super, says Super Spike 13. I see how it is. Super Spike, ignore that stupid comment. That was supposed to be deleted. Stupid thumbs. Wait, you mean this one? So it shall sit for. Oh, dang it. Mitch Falcon putting something back on topic. Kettle cooked salt and black pepper. A damn fine choice. I like me some kettle chips for sure. But sorry, Super Spike. It's just gonna sit there for a little bit now. You made the mistake. Now you own it.
Can't remember who suggested. I think I saw it on Twitter. Just some random person, and they're not technically chips. They're just like pattied potato slurry. But somebody had suggested putting the
not selling me so far.
Well, Pringles.
Oh
yeah.
They're not potato chips. They're just potato slurry in a chip shape.
I love them, and they come in the tennis ball can.
Yeah, so somebody suggested, hey, it should have the deodorant dial on the bottom of the Pringles can. And I was like, they're going to put a hole in the middle of every chip. It won't work otherwise.
I'm okay with that.
I have always
even just do the push pop sort of thing. That'd be fine.
Right? Pale Aragorn. A chip is a chip, Matt.
It's not chip. It's not chipped.
Oh, Pale Aragorn, sea salt kettle chips. Again, kettle chips, man. They're so good. But once again, sorry, Super Spike. All right. I do
fondly associate the kettle chips in my mind with Caffrey's.
Yeah, okay.
If none of you have lived in uptown Minneapolis, you probably haven't experienced Caffrey's, but you should, because it's delicious.
Oh my God! What the hell?
And I think still in business. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
because it closed for a while and then it came back and then I don't know.
I think my favorite chip, like if I were to just be able to be like, boom, I'm going to eat this chip at infinitum. I think, man. I think I'd have to go with like the Chipotle like corn chips.
Yep.
Really? The salt and lime. Like it's just got enough that sets it apart, kind of cleanses the palate, tastes really nice and fresh.
Yep.
Pikamu in the chat, Caffrey's was the bomb. Are they gone? Can you confirm if they are still open or not open?
I think they're still there. I would have to look. I don't get over that way much more either. So.
Right on. Yeah, during everything, I don't get out much as is.
I feel like they're gonna get gentrified out of that spot regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, who knows? I mean, I feel like there's so much empty in Uptown now.
That's true. That Jersey Mike's, whatever that was, has been empty for years.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what comes back in all those areas that have just kind of got just devastated by the pandemic.
Yeah. No, I mean it's whole new world of sorts. Oh, Pikamu can't confirm. Don't go through Minneapolis after everything. Fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, you know what? Hold on. We have the technology. We can look this up. I don't know why I'm sitting here going, "Come on, viewers, tell us more."
You're trying to keep the interaction going. You want
right? Caffrey's. Was it just Caffrey's or was it Caffrey's Deli?
I mean, I think either would get you.
Caffrey's Deli and Sub. Still open for takeout and delivery.
There you go.
Damn. Well, I know what I'm gonna do for dinner tomorrow night. Now I'm just locked in on that. Oh man.
It's always a nice thing to find out. It's like, well, I know what I'm eating tomorrow.
Yes. It's like, oh, excitement.
Don't have to worry about that.
Man, although I don't know, maybe that'll be next week's extravagance. Last night, we're doing some work in our kitchen, and so there's just plaster dust everywhere. And so we're like, we're not gonna cook, like, because this is just gonna end poorly and taste funny. So we ordered Devani's, which we haven't ordered in a good long while, and it was magical.
Yeah, Devani's pretty good.
I liked it. I was a big fan. How far do they deliver? Pikamu, you're on your own, man. I don't know. Man, woman, child. Sorry, I don't know you, Pikamu. I think this might be the first first Tiny Meng Tuesdays you've tuned into. Either way, you're awesome. Welcome. We're having some fun with it. Hold on, and actually, it's still pulled up. So, Caffrey's. They only have. Oh no, there we go. Man, now I gotta find their delivery range. Look what you made me do. Delivery. They deliver east to Bloomington Avenue, north to the river through downtown, south to Highway 62, and west to France. So that's a pretty good, dang quadrant.
I'm gonna have to unmute. I mean, I guess Bloomington. Oh no, crap. We're just past that. But to 62. Damn.
Right?
I might have to look into that because I know Danny is partial to the Caffreys as well.
I am a fan. There we go. We got Donnie outfitted. Looking good.
Oh yeah, we're other side of Cedar, so yeah.
Just outside?
Yeah, just outside.
Womp womp. Let's see. I'm just gonna leave Super Spike's comment up for spite. I mean Spike. Spike, because Super Spike. Huh? See, connecting. But yeah. So one kind of fun thing that true. See, welcome. Who needs to Google anything? But Dave can do it for us. Screw you, Tuck. Try to be nice and do good things.
Hey, I'm all about that too. But Dave do all the work. Cool. I'm down for that.
Right. Let's see. Oh man. I just realized that I did not save when I made my new questions for asking you questions, Jimmy, and I don't think you have a favorite wrestling match. Going out on a limb this time around, but just guessing. How about you know what, this time, because we're about toys and wrestling, let's go and focus more on toys. So Jimmy, what was your jam as a child? I mean, I know this, but tell the people.
As a young lad, if the posters don't kind of the posters aren't that viewable, but that's fine. I'm a huge Batman nerd, but the toys that were my jam growing up were the Transformers, specifically the Beast Wars.
Yeah.
I'm all about them Beast Wars. All about them.
Are you picking up any of the new Kingdom ones?
I haven't yet. I'm planning on picking up I'm planning on picking up. I think I'm gonna get the Rhinox and the Rat Trap.
Right on.
Um,
Solid choice.
but my favorite one is Dinobot, and I'm gonna probably pick up the Masterpiece Dinobot.
Right on. That figure is amazing. I mean, we've talked about that a billion times.
Yeah, it's just such a beautiful piece. It comes with all the accessories that I could possibly want from a figure like that. Like it's just all that I want from a Beast War. And
sorry, enhancement talent. Danny in the chat. I checked. They don't deliver to us. Sorry, Matt.
Well, so it goes.
And Mitch Falcon. The turtle pants legs remind me of oversized leg warmers. A little bit. I could see that. Okay, now Jimmy, here's the question that I've always tried to give Transformer fans, Matt included, because Matt's a big old Transformers nut.
Well, I collect everything.
You have Unicron, man.
That's true, I do.
Like a HasLab Unicron, like
crazy.
Oh, that's a good one.
The beefiest of the beefy boys. But robot mode or alt mode?
For
just in general, which is kind of more your jam, I guess.
That's a good question. I think it really depends on the figure.
Okay.
I remember getting when I got back into Transformers, when they started re-releasing, or not re-releasing, but when they started doing Robots in Disguise back with I think right when they were about to launch the series, like the TV show again in the late 90s, early 2000s. I got I think his name was X-Bron, and he was a Jeep. And I never was a fan of him having the big beefy arm that was the front of the Jeep.
Oh. Yeah, that was an awkward transformation sacrifice.
Yeah, and so there's some figures where they're just, I love Transformers, I love having them all, but some of them just worked better in vehicle mode versus robot mode, alt mode versus robot mode. And another set of them is the speed trains.
Okay.
I love the speed trains, but I never liked transforming them into their individual robots.
Yeah.
But they were a triple combiner, and so I liked the triple combined speed train. I can't remember their names at all for the life of me.
Matt, go.
I can't remember the combined mode name anymore either. I have those figures over on the shelf, but
yeah, I have them somewhere as well. But yeah, I never was a fan of the individual forms for that, or the
a lot of those Robots in Disguise era names were really crappy anyway.
Well, yeah,
and Sideburn and Rail Racer, and like these aren't good.
Yeah, but I thought they did some really cool. Like I liked the 4 combiner Autobot Constructicons.
Oh yeah, Build King.
Yeah, yep, Build King. I thought that one was a really good one. I feel like they did a really good job on the vehicle modes with most of those. The one from Robots in Disguise that I love robot mode both times around is the Optimus Prime, the fire truck Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great figure.
Ooh. Apparently, Hankin in the chat. Apparently, the next Transformers movie is a Beast Wars, and it may be R-rated.
Yeah, I've heard that the Beast Wars is the next one. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the R rating, just because of.
I would be surprised if Hasbro would go for that.
Yeah, just because it's the Transformers, like that's such a.
They want to sell toys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the 80s where you can, oh yeah, sure, Demolition Man, yeah, RoboCop, yep, we'll make toys of that.
Well, unlike
buy an action figure of the guy who shoots a man in the penis.
Well, and unlike even like recent development.
Hell yeah.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, there's an R-rated superhero movie that now has action figures that are selling.
Yep.
Decent.
Right.
I mean, think about Toxic Crusaders. I mean, the Commando. I mean, they've done so many R-rated toy lines. It's ridiculous.
I don't see there being a multi-million-dollar film based around Transformers that's going to be R-rated, because they'd have to really push the envelope to make robots R-rated.
Robot boobs.
Yeah.
Tuck 1979. I only have a few, but Grimlock is the only one in alt mode. That's fair. Grimlock admittedly is my favorite G1 Transformer. Optimus is up there, but man alive, I loved Grimlock as a little kid.
Grimlock is good. I'm a fan of Hot Rod and Rodimus. I love Rodimus Prime. I'm all about Transformers the movie.
Those new studio series have been quite good.
Yeah, the new studio series is insane.
I'm very happy with that Hot Rod.
We keep getting restocked on the Grimlock at Hot Comics, and it is killing me. I'm like, no, be strong.
The wheelie that comes with that is a real disappointment, but
yeah. I picked that thing up. I was like, ooh, wheelie. No, not wheelie.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I wish it would have passed on wheelie.
Mitch Falcon. Well, wait, it would make sense. Beast Wars was made by Kenner, so it would make sense for it to be R-rated. That's fair.
They did do a lot of R-rated toy lines.
Jimmy, you have a kindred spirit in the chat in Mitch Falcon.
Yep. Rodimus
Prime is indeed underrated. It's a fantastic character. I just think it's flippin' hilarious because anytime I've been out with Jimmy and like we see a Rodimus, he's like, ooh! Like it's amazing. Like,
which doesn't happen often, which shows you how popular Rodimus is because he's not on the all the time.
He gets a lot of releases.
Oh yeah,
like people like them. People like their Rodimus.
I think someone at Hasbro likes their Rodimus.
I am looking forward to the Kingdom Rodimus as well. I'm not quite convinced he's worth what they're charging, but
yeah,
I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna wait until I see a little bit more pics on hand of it.
Yeah,
that's
before I commit to it, just because there's also those Transformers that I've like. This is gonna be dope. This is gonna be such a good figure, and then it comes out. I get it because I'm just hyped, and I'm so disappointed. I've learned my lesson too many times from Transformers of like. This figure looked so good in the marketing, and then
then it's just a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's I look at the Kingdom one. I can already tell it's going to be better than the Power of the Primes. So it's just like, all right, fine.
I mean, there wasn't not to shit on Power of the Primes, but I didn't really like a whole lot from that. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything memorable to me.
I mean, I was glad that they did, again, for me, I'm into the characters. So anytime it's like, all right, here's an updated version of a character that hasn't had a toy since 1987 or that was only released in Japan.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I'm excited about. Like the N-Team Optimus Prime, you really got to give me something worthwhile.
Right.
Sorry, I was thumbs upping to Super Spike in the chat. He said, "Finally, I'm free." No, you're not. Mitch Falcon, I have been cutting back, but may go for the Commander Rodimus. Again, that spot on. Tuck 1979. I want the Flame Toys model kit Rodimus. I've never seen one of those in person. That's
based on the IDW design, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I've heard such good things, and like. Only recently have I kind of dived back into model kits. I picked up a couple of the Stormtroopers, damn you, Robo, to make a couple of Adidas Stormtroopers. But yeah, I'm kind of itchy to do it, but at the same time, I'm like, I have so much crap on my work table right now that it's like, clear this off, then I can do something.
Yep.
Super Spike, the burn of hyped figure disappointment sucks. Agreed. And Super Spike, damn right. Love you.
I do love the IDW. A lot of those designs are great, and then the characterization really appeals to me. I think I mentioned it on a previous episode, but yeah, I just pre-ordered because they were back up for pre-order a bunch of third-party Transformers, so I could get the whole Decepticon Justice Division, and that's going to be a lot of money. But
just a bit.
I really want those characters in my collection. So, and while I appreciate the appearance of the model kits and they look to be very well done, I need Transformers that transform.
Yeah, I would agree completely with you. The few exceptions that I have are like the 3-0 figures that are coming out, the high articulation foam figures.
Yeah.
I really, really want to get a couple of those.
I'm also willing to make exceptions. So I'm making an exception for Super 7's Bonsaitron, and any Pretender shells that they want to do or other Action Masters, I will be in on. I can at least justify an Action Master that doesn't transform because they didn't.
someone was talking about someone was making those on Etsy, and I could not find them to save my life because I remember you saying something like that, and I was like, I gotta find these. Mitch Falcon, still weird. We haven't gotten any Hasbro made Tarns yet.
Yeah, that is odd.
Have they not done it?
No, they've not done a Tarn.
Huh.
And I think the ship has probably sailed there, but you never know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they bust out.
Low key, that Arc Transformer, I'm super stoked for it.
It looks the cool thing about it is you can either put it in the background, make a cool little display, or it transforms into
console.
What is it? Yeah, the Teletron one. Is that right? Sorry, I'm a turtle guy. Like
Teletran 1 is part of it, and Teletran 1 actually transforms into the Action Master mainframe.
Oh, shit. Yes. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the colors are different. But yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I dug that a lot.
Tuck in the chat brought up, I have Optimus Prime. It's smaller than the Siege line, but great articulation. I'm assuming that you're talking about the model kits. Either way, spot on. I'm super curious. Just again, it's one of those things I just kind of want to futz with. Like it seems like it'd be a fun project.
The model kit Transformers, to me, they seem interesting. Like I want to get one, but I almost want to see one all put together. Like again, I want to see like in hand pics or like something that I can tangibly like. Oh yeah, this is worth paying the money for and building and taking the time to do. And
right. Yeah. And yes, I'm in total agreement with you, Mitch Falcon, that I am also looking forward to the Generation Selects mainframe repaint in original toy colors. But I'm very glad to be getting him at all at this point. So I will buy him twice. That's fine. I'm dumb. I'll do it.
That is Mitch's comment for those who could not see it in the chat. Because we are live on YouTube, we are live on Twitch as well as Facebook Live, so everybody can see it. Yes. Also, Super Spike, you might have outdone yourself. Super curious, huh? That one's stuck up there now. Congratulations.
Oh shit.
You all right?
How available they still are. Since we're talking about model kits, they got these Kotobukiya, whatever.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I got the Rockman, Proto Man, and Roll. They're super slick.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean,
that's nifty.
I still have to paint the E-Tank and some other things. I finished the kits a long time ago, but yeah, they're great. But like every Mega Man line, Rockman, whatever you want to call it, that's all they did.
Yeah. Although the fact that they did Roll is kind of surprising.
The Roll is super cool too, actually, because you can do her Mega Man 7 look with like
dang,
Mickey
cool.
and whatnot, but it also comes with swappable pieces.
Oh, so you can
make her like what is it, Mega Man 3?
Yeah, I think so. Dang, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's got
Who put those out? Kotobukiya?
Yeah, so yeah, it's got different arms and legs and all that stuff, so you can totally just make her in the sundress look.
Dang, that's really cool.
No, they're great.
Now I am Googling that for myself.
Really cool. And then there was also I can't whistle the Proto Man whistle, but
oh man.
Man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that I used to be able to do that because that used to be my ringtone.
I mean, I know it. I'm just not confident enough in my whistling ability. Yes.
Oh, crud. It is. Oh, that. Whoa. Never mind.
No, price has gone up.
That yeah, the Rockman kit that you have is now $100.
Oh boy, I didn't think they were that much.
Apparently that one is specifically.
Okay.
There's a Mega Man 66 Action Dash original Mega Man E-Tank character mini action toy figure, which is 2.5 inches tall, and that one's 15.
Those are super cool too. I've got all of those. They're
Oh damn! Actually, here we go. Oh, this one's by Bandai.
It might be Bandai.
Well, this one's not articulated though. It's not a model kit. Oh well, I will look at that later. Mitch Falcon, does he come with a Breakman mask?
He does not. But yeah, these are the super action.
Oh, right on. I
Blind
saw
bag
those a couple times at
deals.
stores, and I was like, I just kind of hemmed and hawed on them too long.
Yeah, Barnes & Noble had them. A couple other places did. I think I missed a wave. But again, it's all like, if you want a version of Mega Man, then they have a version of whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Mega Man.exe, Mega Man Star Force, Mega Man X, Mega Man whatever. It's like cool, and then here's one vial and one cut man.
That's really cool. Sorry, I'm baking some Sculpey. I'm gonna have to friggin' touch up all the rest of the paint on this head.
Well, I mean, that's all right, though, right? That's the point of working on something.
Well, it'll just look that much better, right? Right?
Yes.
With my heat gun, I go with hey, it's just a little toasty looking, so let that cool off a little bit, and then get the painting on that once I'm not burning my damn hand. Oh man, I am so friggin'. So now I'm debating. Like, do I swap the classic Turtles heads with these creepy masks, or do I put on the alternate heads?
No.
Super Spike, I really want to get into customizing, but worry about ruining stuff. I will put it this way: I have ruined a lot.
Well, I guess it kind of depends on what kind of customizing you're wanting to get into.
Very true.
Like 6 scale customization can get a little bit like every once in a while.
That's part of the reason I don't do that scale. Other than I don't collect it, but I also I spend too much on fodder as it is.
Yeah, well, you have man, Matt has a sexy fodder cave. It's amazing.
That's true. You'd think I would do more customs than I do.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely.
I buy fodder and I organize fodder. I don't use fodder.
And that's why I call him before I look for any parts. No, honestly, like I have screwed up more figures than I can count, but it's always been the thing of anytime I've screwed something up, like especially with like Legends and Black series, like you're wanting to get into, the cool thing is usually you can get it back to where you need it to be.
Usually, yep.
And some of those, if you snap a peg or whatnot, you can usually use a little screw to, basically duplicate the joint. Or, if it's completely messed up, then you could just put it aside. And what I have is legit, one of the bins back there is literally filled with just parts. I have that organized in a couple different places. But if it's a mostly complete figure, I put it in the bin because then I know where those are. I used to literally break down figures. Like if I used something from it, I would break down the whole figure, separate it out into the bins that I needed. And I realized that was not realistic for what I was doing.
I used to do that proactively. I would buy figures intending to use just their parts. So I would buy them, break them down. Like I'm just going to use like the armor off of this torso. So I would like break it down, Dremel it out, and then put the armor in a bin. For someday. And then I realized that all those Star Wars comic pack figures that I did that to are worth like $150 a piece now, and felt sad. But
yeah, I was gonna say, it wasn't worth those the ones that you were just like, well, dang it.
So it goes. The other thing, Super Spike, is the nice thing with Legends. I don't know, maybe we're spoiled here in the Twin Cities because there's a Target store every 2 feet, and Target is merciless when it comes to clearance. So, like, if you're looking to get into customizing and don't want to, spend too much on something you're worried you're going to wreck, like that House X Wave, that's going to be $10 a figure in a couple months.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks is $8 right now at Target.
I know I'm going to be able to get that House X Wave for $5 a figure at some point. Maybe not the whole wave, but some of it.
And then you can find bodies that like, I could do something to that body, and then just lay into it and care.
Screw up. Because you're gonna just screw up. Learn what you're learn the tricks of the trade and.
Yep. Well, I stand by this, and like the thing is it's practice. It's doing things time and time again, because I legit have this off to the side of my desk. I've shown it off a bunch of times. This is my first complete custom figure that I ever did, and I did it with house paint.
I wish I still had my first custom
house paint. And the funny thing is roughly 20 years later, I did this figure. Same character. Little difference.
Well, it's fun. It's fun to have those things that are.
Yeah, buddy.
We're getting there. This one's probably 20 years old. It's a morph body, so I had to have got it 2 for $5 at KB.
Heck yeah.
G.I. Joe Extreme head.
G.I. Joe Extreme. Yeah.
So yes, I will. That's what I'm working on here a little bit. This will someday be a Hypno Hustler again.
Super Spike in the chat. I have a few extra and clearance finds to work with, so I appreciate the advice. I just need to do it live.
It really, or start with something simple.
What character are you wanting to do?
That's a very good question. Because we could always give you a few ideas on which direction to go with that. That wouldn't be a bad thing.
Or you can celebrate the fact that you're like getting super stoked about doing something too. Like advice or no advice, just be like, hey, yeah, we're all working on stuff.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Happy to talk you through it. Whatever you need, man. That's sharing the love of the hobby. That's as important to me as anything else we do on the show.
Right? And you know what, Super Spike? Because I care about you so dang much. There it is. There it is. It lives on.
Just not
for me. No, but it's that thing of if you're wanting to do a specific figure, ask us in the comments. We're more than happy to give feedback and recommendation. See, he knew. Yep. Knew it was coming. But yeah, like the thing is, that's what we're here for. We're gonna be customizing live on here every week. Every Tuesday is Tiny Meng Tuesday for us. So just let us know. Hop back on. We're always here. So that's the fun part about all this is I legit have some figures that I sat around and was petrified to make for so long. And then, I banged them out, like where it's just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And all of a sudden, boop, it hit. Yep. And like that friggin' Onslaught Wolverine. I had been hemming and hawing on that figure for so damn long. And I got it done in a half hour on here?
Oh, yeah. You cranked it out.
Yeah. Super Spike, I don't really have any specific yets, have bits and pieces of ideas to sort through. That's half the fun. Honestly, I have it's one of my it's a Moleskine sketchbook that I keep on me at all times when I'm kind of out and about, which granted isn't much these days, but I have an ongoing list of like characters that pop into my head that I go, I want to make that figure. I want to make that figure, because then as I'm sorting, as I'm cleaning or going through stuff, I can go, oh, like, yeah, that's, I want to do that. I want to make that. Like one cool collaboration that might be popping up on here with friend of the show, Rebablito, on Instagram, maker of the Elf Kit, is something that I've literally wanted to make since I was 9. I can't talk too much about it, but I might be doing some paint-ups on that. And you know what? I'm going to do a live unboxing of part of that dream project because it came in the mail. Oh, God, that sounds like it's broken. The other day. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's broken because I know it's technically a kit. But I will leave it to you in the chat to guess what the hell I'm going to be doing. Because I will let you know this, at least, that this part that I am unboxing currently will in no way, shape, or form stay relevant to the current license. And it is the Playmobil Mystery Machine. So mull it over. Again, this is a long-term project, so I'm guessing it'll be huh?
We're doing the A-Team.
I'm not doing the A-Team. I already have an A-Team van. Like legit, like the well, it was the Rampage Jackson A-Team movie.
Yes.
When that came out, I got that A-Team van, and it's actually on my shelf in the other room.
Perfect.
The price on that van went up like mad too.
This one or the
no, the A-Team one.
Oh yeah, man. It was bonkers.
Because they were giving that thing away for a while.
I know. I think I got mine for like $4.
Yeah,
like it was absolutely insane.
I missed your cool collaboration thing because I had to let the cat out.
Oh no, I'm not going to say what it is because there's still a Punisher War van. No, but our good friend Matt Lynn there made possibly the coolest Punisher War van I've ever seen in my life.
It's a good one.
Dale Aragorn, welcome back, my friend.
The other thing too, Super Spike, I'll often work backwards. Like if I'll end up with like a figure because I got it on clearance or I wanted to deal like the Build-A-Figure part, or I found it at like the thrift store or whatever. So I'll end up with a figure and I'll be like, well, this seems like what the hell am I going to do with this? And then for me, the fun is working backwards to figure out like what can I turn this into.
Really funny. I just realized this does not come with Shaggy or Scooby. It comes with everybody else.
They know what side their bread is buttered on.
Oh man, Mitch Falcon, a solid guess. Captain America panel van from the Reb Brown movies.
I mean, I would also be into Gruenwald era artist cap.
That would be dope.
Yeah. But only if you do a blue streak to go with it.
Ooh, Pale Aragorn in the chat. I just ate and ordered the Hot Toys Mythos Obi-Wan. It will be my first 1/6 figure. I've officially joined the dark side. Hell yeah!
Well, you've joined the good guys with that one. You've joined the good guys.
It's all relative.
Six scale. Six scale is.
Now, I want to put this together, and that's damn it. It's Playmobil. I have not. What?
Just put it together.
Oh. My wife from the other room goes, "Do it." Oh, sorry. She said, "Don't do it." Okay, I'll leave it underneath here, darling. Thank you. Super Spike. Yeah, that would probably be my method too. Might try to make an MJ Bossy for the head that came with the. Oh, body. Gotcha. No, solid choice. Honestly, if you can get your hands on that Claire and Luke Cage 2-pack, it's a solid choice. I can hear my wife either talking to the TV or the dogs. I can't tell what's going on. But the Claire body works really well for that MJ, and you just got to repaint the skin tone. And the nice thing is Citadel puts out Kislev Flesh, which is actually a pretty dead ringer for Hasbro Caucasian skin tone.
I think that pack's still like, $12 or something.
Oh yeah, you can get it on Amazon, I know, for dirt. But yes, I also just realized I was like, I need a cup of boiling water for to do the head swaps, because I think I am going to do the creepy, gross, like jubbly white man masks. Also, fun thing that I just noticed: the heads are cast in dark green plastic.
Oh,
Huh.
Like, so they just painted this over, which I'm sure had to take like 2 coats, or they dipped them.
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what? Although, look how well the hat fits the head.
Oh, the hats fit great.
Like, it's like, oh man. So I literally got all these guys dressed, and now,
Mitch Falcon, I like that one. That's a good choice.
oh man, that would be such a pain in the ass. But yeah,
It
now
wouldn't be too bad. Hot glue, get some stuffed animals, just wrap 'em up.
just chop shop.
I mean, it works. You need fur? Yeah.
Oh my god, don't convince me to make that.
Do it, Dave.
No, because then I'd have to make the characters too. I'd have to why can't I think of their character names?
Harry and
Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, Harry and Lloyd.
Harry
Yeah,
and Lloyd.
Harry and Lloyd. There we go.
Yeah, but then you could just make Playmobil versions.
That's true. That would be.
Dumb and Dumber. Playmobil
Oh,
Dumb and Dumber.
Would like to see NECA tackle the Warriors. I'm pretty sure.
Mezco.
Okay, was it Mezco? Okay, I was gonna say someone did them.
There was that brief resurgence where like the Warriors were everywhere for a while. There was the video game and Mezco did the toys, and
I feel like the license expired somewhere, and they were just like, go. Like,
if they were to do like Ultimates, I would buy every Warriors character they wanted to do.
that would be pretty.
Because that's me.
Yeah, oh man, I'd be very curious to see how those would come out. That would be super dope. Like, especially with seeing how their articulation is coming along, and seeing how they're getting better and better at kind of hiding it.
Yeah,
that would be super dope. You know what? That's actually a really good question for our fantastic guest, Jimmy. You get free reign to make whatever toy line you want. Movie, theater, comics, whatever you want. You get to make whatever toy line with whatever company. What would it be? What would that dream line be?
Thinking about it. Well, because the first thing that came to mind, and I don't know if it's necessarily exactly what I would want to make, but I think the idea is a really good idea that they haven't done.
Yes,
I'm aware of is Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, there's been a couple, but it hasn't been like a line. It's been like,
I think it would be fun to get the 7 Evil X's and Scott and Ramona, and like Scott with different variant shirts. And you could get the different weapons. You could get Nega Scott. I
would love them just to do a figure line from the game.
Right, but that's what I mean. Is like they could do the film, but they could also do the comic, and then they could also do the 8-bit variation of the game.
Yeah, no, totally.
They could do these 3 interesting kind of like riffs on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that would be rad. I would, shit. But who would you have make it? Now that's the real question.
Depending on if we're talking doing all 3, I think NECA has proven themselves to be able to do variant styles really well. And so I could see them kind of hammering it pretty well. So I would go with NECA.
Right on. That would be pretty flippin' sweet. And you know what? I'm gonna flip it on Matt. Matt.
I mean, I think I've answered this question before, but it's always shifting anyway. What would I be in the mood for today? Boy.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
I'm trying to take off the heads, and it's like, screw you, neck joint comes with. It's like, no.
Boy.
Screw it.
See, now you got me stumped. I'm stumped. I mean, I would love a full-on, like, super articulated. I don't know if NECA could probably pull it off too, but I'd also be fine with somebody like it would be more expensive, and I would hate having to pay for it. But like if, they did like Figuarts or whatever, did like I'm talking full-on deep cut, Usagi Yojimbo.
That'd be really dope.
But I think NECA could pull it off too.
You know who would do a kick-ass job of that? Boss Fight.
Yeah. Oh, based on their Bucky stuff. Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
That would be great. I would love that, even if the scale might not be to everybody's taste. I definitely collect in that format. It seems like they're branching out a bit more now too. So
no, for sure. It seems like they're grabbing stuff left and right.
Yeah, I would be all about that.
I'm really curious with the Super 7 Ultimates, if the alternate head for when they eventually do Usagi will be a straight Stan Sakai like style.
Well, that's what I'm curious if they're gonna do, because it sounds like they're doing like a standalone Usagi.
Yeah, are they? Was that ever confirmed?
I got, but maybe I'm misinterpreting it. So I figure then they would also do the roided out Turtles version.
Yeah.
As one of the Ultimates waves, because he could anchor a wave.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the Sakai Usagi would be a good, just a good standalone Ultimates type release.
Right. Any 70 through 90s cult classic movie figures go to NECA.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it was NECA that did them. I would love if they went back at like Kill Bill.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I would love a Night of the Creeps figure line.
I mean, I know BST or whatever is doing a bunch more Big Trouble in Little China, but I would love if NECA did those.
That would be dope.
I'm excited about McCready coming.
Mitch Falcon, I could see them doing soft goods to do a classic Usagi look. That would be friggin' sweet.
I could see them doing that as an Ultimates.
I'm trying to remember what it was. They did like a random like 10-inch Usagi that was like a straight up Stan Sakai rendition of the figure, and it had some cloth goods, and it wasn't very articulated. I'm sure it was like a rotocast or something. Yeah. But it was one of those that I always remember seeing at some of like the local comic shops growing up and just being like, what is that? Like, why is there not more of that? And then, sure enough, like find out years later, it's like, oh, because it was a one-off.
Just the one.
Only one. Man, can this just pop on here?
Another good one that would probably fit in the boss fight vein that I would buy too many of and has absolutely no chance of ever getting made would be as if they were to do like a full Bob Burden Flaming Carrot / Mystery Man.
That'd be neat.
Line. I would love to get.
Yeah, Mystery Man would be dope.
Oh man, these neck joints are not coming out. Damn it.
Don't know. You might need to get an actual pot of boiling water.
No, that's what my Anna brought me down. Literally a mug that was boiling.
Oh, I'm surprised that's not doing the trick.
Yeah, because it pops that, but it doesn't pop the
weird
neck joint.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I don't have my flat irons, so I can't
get in there with something. Damn it! My dental tool.
Yeah, the water's already cooled down too much. Oh well. Well, that'll be a trip for another one. Ooh, I would love to see new Astro City figures.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care who does them. I guess at this point, just because I would want them to be compatible with the rest of my stuff, I would love if Hasbro somehow did them. They won't, but yeah, full on deep cut. I want Steel Jack. I want freaking the Mock Turtle. I want Starfighter. I want everybody. And I want the comic to come back now. Damn it.
Yeah, I feel like didn't they talk about it a couple years ago, and then it just kind of like somewhere it fell along the way.
They were running it through. I can't remember if it was Vertigo or Wildstorm, but it was at DC. They did, I want to say, 50, close to 50 issues. Maybe it was 30 and change.
Yeah,
and then it was going to switch to, like a series of graphic novels.
Yeah,
and that was the last I heard about it. I assume it's getting worked on, but I know it's tough, because Busiek's, got health stuff some of the time, and then it's a matter of making sure all the various people are available.
Yeah.
He really only wants to do it with, Alex and Brent.
Mitch Falcon, I would want Quarrel and Crackshot, I think.
Oh yes. Please give it all.
Who did those back in the day? Was that DC Direct?
No, it was one of those weird, Toy Boom companies that I don't know if they. I'm gonna look because I don't remember. Because I don't think they did a whole lot else.
Oh, okay.
Because I had the Samaritan. They just did Samaritan and Confessor. Wing Victory, and I think Cracker or Jack in the Box were planned, but never happened.
Oh, okay. See, I remember those from like Toy Fair magazine back in the day.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'll be right back. I need to go empty this water cup. It just spilled all over myself.
Toy Vault.
Toy
I'm
Vault.
trying to remember what else they did.
Trying to think.
They're still making stuff. It looks like not a ton, like plush and stuff. Sounds like they had done the Dark Crystal stuff that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Pale
Aragorn. I would like to see more of their D&D stuff, but I'd like to see. I don't know. I wasn't as excited when they showed Drizzt. Like there was just something about it where it's like neat, but I think part of it for me is I'd like to see them do the monsters for Dungeons and Dragons. I think that would be a really cool angle for them to take.
I would buy monsters, whereas I'm not necessarily interested. Like I saw, they did, and I was more interested in the Panther.
Right, exactly.
Than the rest of it. I'm like,
It'd be really cool if they did a wave of vampires and doppelgangers and a beholder. Like if they did a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons monsters with the Build-A-Figure being a beholder, that'd be sweet.
Oh yeah, no, I would be the only other Dungeons and Dragons thing that I would be excited about, and again, just because of the retro angle, would be as if they were to do. I mean, if they did like, Legends / Black Series style versions of the LJN line, I would be all about those as well.
Yeah.
Because those are designs that are in my mind as D&D, as opposed to a lot of the other, like I'm just not enough, and so much of the stuff, it just feels like there's really not like a definitive look for a lot of the characters. Right. And the whole point of D&D is not, their characters.
Right. It's that idea that it's all open to interpretation.
Right. Which is why I guess the LJN line, it's like, okay, those are characters that they created. And have that look. So like, yeah, give me if they do a Marvel Legends style War Duke, oh
dang.
Hell yeah. But yes, I agree. Monsters would be another good thing. I am so glad that they decided to go that route with Power Rangers.
Right. I'm not a big fan of the quality of them so far.
They're light on paint.
Yeah, like it's
just light on paint.
Yeah, it just kind of but I'm excited to finally see somebody take a stab at them.
Exactly. Beyond, yeah, because I know Bandai did a bunch, at the beginning, and they'll do a few here and there, but to actually do like really nice versions of them.
Right.
That's part of what has me stoked for the NECA Universal Monsters line is there. I think that's gonna maybe reignite that market a little bit, just because it's kind of bringing it back to basics.
Yeah.
I mean, I was when I saw that announcement today. I mean, I'd seen the Frankenstein, and I was pretty excited about that. But but that they're doing the rest. Yeah, I'll probably end up with those.
Yeah. Yeah, they look so cool. And actually, I don't, Jimmy. I messaged you the other day on your birthday. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
But the Mondo creature from the Black Lagoon apparently is restocking all over the place
Right.
now, which is pretty insane. So that's pretty neat. Ooh, Pale Aragorn, Death Crest Ape or In Mutates would be amazing. And Mitch Falcon. So the Psycho Rangers are my favorite designs ever. I got the Hasbro box set and it just broke my heart. I love them, but not great figures. That's a bummer.
I mean, I don't have as much of an attachment to the Rangers as some people. Like, I like the idea behind them. I don't watch watching the shows. But I bought all of the Lightning collection, so it probably is better on me for some of that stuff because I don't know where they're wrong or off. I can definitely tell where they've cheaped out.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily have the frame reference to be like, oh, this is wrong or, whatever.
Right.
I've just been really impressed with them. I guess that would be the other, since we were talking about Dream Toy Lines and who would make them. If Hasbro wanted to go, all in on Spider-Man,
yeah,
I would be super, super into that. Especially, give me a ridiculously oversized HasLab Leopardon. That I don't have room for. Give me Professor Monster.
Before the pandemic hit, there's a dude over in Osaka, I think, and he's doing 3D printed Shogun Warrior style Leopardons. And my goodness,
I thought of a line that I'd like to see.
Yeah,
I'd like to see them bring back the Ronin Warriors.
Ooh, you know what? SH Figure Arts, I think.
It's somebody else,
isn't it?
They're die cast.
Really?
Yeah.
That has my.
Oh, they're gorgeous. I can't remember what they were called in Japan.
I don't know.
Maybe it was Ronin Warriors. I don't know. I gotta look this up because oh boy, yeah, I saw the figures. I'm like, I want these, but they're expensive.
Yeah, they're importerific.
Yeah, that was the same like Samurai Troopers, which is basically the same, the same name. But yeah, there was some company that did really nice Bubblegum Crisis figures that I was like really tempted by, but I couldn't afford it at the time, and now they're like $300 a piece or some crap like that. So
and also yeah, again.
Whoa, echo. Oh, Mitch Falcon dropping the knowledge. Those. I'm trying to get. I want.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But I can't from the chat.
Yes, Bubblegum Crisis is one of those. If you were an anime fan in a certain time period,
it hits those sweet spots.
It was it was a high budget OAV series. It was only like 6 episodes, but it had some really cool mech designs, and it basically took place in the Blade Runner universe.
Nice.
I will send you a link via Facebook Messenger, Dave.
Or just toss it in the private chat.
Oh, yeah, that'll work too. Haha.
Technology. Hacha. Hacha. Man, I'm going to open this in a new tab because I almost opened that up. There it is. God, Lord. Hold on. Sharing screen. Dink, dink. There it is, Jimmy.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And these were the ones where you could take off the armor, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that a lot.
But right there, that's what gets you.
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
It's a spendy boy.
Pale Aragorn in the chat asking Jimmy, what do you collect?
I collect a lot of things. I collect mostly 6th scale. I was in the 12th scale game for a little bit, but it just started getting a little too overwhelmingly large for me. So I buy mostly 6th scale stuff. Keeps my purchases less, but I still get the things that I want. I like board games a lot, as is evidenced by me, having a whole bunch of miniatures. I do a little bit of comic book collecting. I used to be way more into comic collecting, but I had to take a bit of a break because it was breaking my wallet. Especially with the way comic books are releasing now, where it's not about buying just Batman. You have to prepare for the event that's coming out. So took a break from comic books, but yeah, I mean, I kind of dabble in a lot of everything. Whatever kind of strikes my fancy.
Right on. Oh, and I know you were toying with the idea of getting back into Transformers.
Yeah. I've looked Transformers again, just because for me when I was collecting toys, I wouldn't pick them up and play with them. They almost just became statues.
Yeah.
To me, versus with Transformers, I know that they have 2 separate modes. So I would pick up Optimus Prime and joke around with him for hours, just transforming him back and forth before I'm like, I'm going to leave him in truck mode this time and put him back on the shelf. So I think something for me is to appreciate the figures that I have more. I'm considering getting back into Transformers because it's fun for me to pick it up and appreciate the functionality of them.
Oh man, a couple folks in the chat. Bandai of Japan also did a die-cast line a few years back of Ronin Warriors. I'd like to see more figures of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. That would be hella dope. And Super Spike's on board with you. Yeah, I'm still on my comic break for the same reason. I have dabbled, but have tried not to get sucked back in.
Yeah, I mean, I recently started picking up the Man-Bat miniseries because Man-Bat's one of my favorite DC characters. So I'm hopping back into comic books for that one specifically, just to be like, hey DC, you should make more Man-Bat stuff because Man-Bat's pretty great. But outside of that, I'm just kind of trying to take a little bit of a distance and see where it settles, I guess is probably the best way to say it. They both, I think Marvel's about to wrap up with the event hype that they've been riding for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I don't think DC is too far behind them once they get through Infinite Frontier.
Man.
That would be nice. I mean, I'm not necessarily optimistic. I mean, I've been on the train for, a long time, nonstop. So,
right.
And there's been times where I could cut back and just do unlimited or whatever, and just skip a couple months and then I get caught up through there. But I don't know. I just haven't been able to do it yet.
And I chopped my list by like 8 titles a bit ago, and I have not looked back. I pretty much just do Spidey and a couple indies that kind of fascinate me. But yeah, like the Spidey books alone, I mean, that's like 3 or 4 titles now.
If you want to keep up with them.
But yeah, man, dang.
I've been enjoying Nonstop a lot so far. That's been good.
Nonstop's been hella fun. My flippin' white paint just like gelled on the figure.
Oh no,
that was gross. So I guess I'm going to do a spray on this later. Damn it. I didn't want to do that because I knew that would involve a shitload of masking. So it's like, well, guess not. Pale Aragorn says Predator. As in you collect Predator? Like the NECA line? Or the what's the name of that company that does the like Walmart special figs? They're doing Alien and Predator right now.
Leonard,
there we go.
Hiya Toys has been doing a bunch too.
Super Spike. Now comics would get in the way of chasing the plastic dragon for me.
See, I allow one to feed the other. Sometimes I'll buy a toy and I'll be like, I want to know more about this character. And other times I will read a comic and be like, God damn it, now I have to buy a toy.
It's real. It's real.
I know how that goes. My goodness. Oh man, I'm gonna
muted for a while there while you guys talked and drumbled out this head.
Very nice. Who's that going on?
There's a John Constantine.
That is a DC Direct Constantine?
Yeah, it's just been bopping around my bins. A friend of mine's been talking about making a Constantine, and I'm like, I really can't use this head for anybody but Constantine. He's kind of got that side smile. So it's not very useful for me. So I'm like, yeah, what body did you want to, are you thinking of using for it? So I'm just hollowing it out for him, and I'll do the hot glue socket.
Ooh,
there are new Invincible figures coming, though.
There are. Diamond Select is popping some out. I legit have the Skybound figures right there. Oh, I see. Pale Aragorn was talking about my camera that makes the Predator noise when it tries. But I have the Skybound figures, and I'm not gonna lie, really disappointed in these.
Those are
the butt pegs they gave Adam E.
That was McFarlane, right?
Yeah, this is they're put out via Skybound, but
right, because I was I was tempted by the Saga.
Yeah, figure. I got
and then I saw the person and I was like, nope, I'm good.
I got the first wave of Saga, or the first 2-pack of Saga figures for Mayanna, my wife, because she was super. I think she still is super. Oh well, there goes Adam Eve into the abyss. So I was like, oh, this would be kind of fun, and yeah, she looked at them. She's like, oh, these can stay in the package. I'm like, all right.
They absolutely, I mean, it didn't seem. It was a shame,
Yeah. I concur.
But yes, the new the Diamond Select ones that are coming up look quite nice.
They look very nice, and if they're anything like the other the Diamond Select figures that have been coming out lately, like it's going to be stunning. So I'm optimistic.
That I have with Diamond Select is a lot of their stuff. There's generally seems to be a pretty big downgrade from prototype to production, even more so than other companies. But the Invincible designs are nice and simple, so I think those should translate well.
My only worry is the yellow, because the yellow on the figure I could see going horribly wrong, because I know they've done usually with the lighter colors there's sometimes issues.
I would hope they would. I mean, well, that's the other thing too, is they paint most of their figures, don't they?
Yeah.
Because I would, if I was running the factory or whatever, I would just mold in yellow and paint the blue.
Right, and the black.
I'd have to look.
Super Spike. Wonder if Adam Eve will have the correct symbol on the new figure, or they will go to the hero. Maybe. Mitch Falcon, I got the Marvel Select Cyclops from years back, and it just soured me on all their stuff. I will say they've gotten worlds better since then. I have a bunch of early selects. Well, I should say I had a bunch of early selects that I have since either chopped or ditched, and I can say that they've come a very long way.
Yeah, the only ones I've still got from the old stuff, I've got Mephisto and the Watcher, because there aren't Hasbro versions of them yet. But I saw it at Walgreens and decided to pick it up. I did get their Bruce Lee.
Oh, very nice. I've heard really good things about that figure.
Nice.
It's solid. It's very solid. I mean, he's got decent, movement. He's got the butterfly joints. He's not as posable as you might like, but he's good. The sculpt is good. The paint is good, and I've been seeing some of those. I don't have a use for them. I've been trying to figure out what I might want to do with them. But those Westworld figures look quite nice. I just don't have a use for giant people in cowboy outfits. Because I don't want Westworld characters necessarily, so I would want them as fodder to make Legends characters or whatever. But there's probably a giant cowboy somewhere in the Marvel universe, but I don't know them offhand.
Make like a kaiju sized rawhide kid.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one of them. Like the Ford maybe to do a suit version of Tombstone, but I think it might even be a little too big for that, just compared to the other Tombstone figure they did. So anyway,
right on. Mitch Falcon, 2-gun kid.
that Chicken Fried Toys, they did a Kickstarter for a bunch of 4-inch Western figures not too long ago. I think they just wrapped up a new one, or they got one coming. Anyway, like one of the add-on sets that they're including, it's basically all just make all the Marvel Western heroes. We're not going to call them that, but it's obviously that's what these are here for. It's it's a redhead with a white hat with the little circle band around it and a cowboy or a cow print vest. It's like, all right, yep, I know who that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We're not going to call it that, but I was like, I should get those. Very tempted, but I want Legend scale if they're going to be Marvel characters. So I'll just need to make my own 2-gun and Rawhide and Outlaw and Phantom Rider.
Dude, Ghost Rider.
Well, Phantom Rider, Ghost Rider, whatever.
All the above.
Oh, I thought of a character or like a figure line that I'd like to see. I'd like to see McFarlane Toys put out somebody other than Batman.
Oh,
Batman fan. It'd be nice to see some Green Lanterns or
villains.
Villains would be kind of fun.
Aren't the Joker?
Like Metallo would be kind of cool.
Oh, McFarlane could do an awesome job with Metallo.
I think
the thing that I don't get is why he hasn't leaned into those characters that are very much, in his vein, that are out there.
We'll get to him eventually, but he's going to go through about 600 other Batmans before he does that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm chopping up a wrap for the Tonga kid. Pale Aragorn, do you guys have a favorite toy store? Mine's Al's Toy Barn. Mitch Falcon, I would like to see a line of comic horror hosts. That'd be cool. So are you talking like Crypt Keeper and like the guys from Erie, or like are you talking about more like Svengoolie and like Elvira and like Wolfman Jack, like that?
I've seen the comics, so yeah, like Digger and Crypt Keeper and Cain and Abel, and I don't know. I think Sabrina had a thing for a while.
as you did.
I would be into that if only to get
Mitch Falcon, Cain and Abel.
There you go. Who were based on Len Wein, and I can't remember who the other comic creator they were based on. 270. It's Marv Wolfman. Marv Wolfman and Len Wein. That's who Cain and Abel were visually inspired by.
Mitch, Super Spike, hate to complain about the articulation since it took them forever to realize people wanted more of it, but I wish they would use something different than on the wrists and ankles. I could see that. Mitch Falcon, Marv Wolfman.
That's right. The wrists I don't mind as much. I think those generally tend to be integrated a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But those ankles on some of those figures, it's like, what are you doing? Because I like that style of that. I think of it in my mind as like the Revoltech joint. But I know Figuarts and Figma and whatnot all use similar joints, and I really like them for the versatility, especially in the wrists. They're integrating them very, very poorly in the ankles on those McFarlane figures.
Man, yeah, I need some Velcro is what I need. Sorry, trying to piece stuff together, and it's like, oh, maybe I use magnets. I'm like, no, I need something. Also, I have a weird favorite, Winnie the Witch from Charlton. Oh man,
Yeah,
good
wow,
call.
that's a deep cut.
There we go. I'm gonna use a friggin' command strip for this.
The fun thing I learned over the past few months about Charlton that I did not know, that maybe somebody else knows or doesn't. Anyway, hopefully it's interesting. Apparently, they printed their comics with a press that was originally intended to print cereal boxes.
Huh.
Which is why their stuff kind of looks shitty.
That's fair.
That would make sense.
The registration's all wonky and whatnot. So, yep, cereal box printing press. But hey, they got some interesting stuff out into the world.
No kidding. And then it was forgotten. Unfortunately. Oh, God damn it. Got this stupid thing applied, and then it's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
The worst press in the industry, says Mitch Malcolm.
I will say, Super Spike. The ankles are bad. I found the new Mandarin spawn, the red one that's been popping up at all the Targets around here. Because I had seen the gold label or whatever, blue one, which didn't really appeal to me as somebody who had the original figure. And as I walk over here and grab it.
Pale Aragorn, what were you drinking, Matt? Mod Podge.
I'm not drinking Mod Podge. Oh boy, that's basically Elmer's glue. Non-toxic, I think. Let's see here.
I like that it was like, I think it's non-toxic.
Use on all surfaces, non-toxic, but I'm still not going to drink it. I have been drinking limoncello LaCroix, which is quite tasty.
Very nice.
I'm going to try and find a backdrop here, hopefully get some decent focus. So, the thing that I like as I get paint on my backdrop.
Perfect.
That has sold me a little bit. Again, I don't expect them to keep doing it because it doesn't really make sense. This just seems like them trying to be fun. But this might not work. Yeah.
The detailing on it?
Yeah, you can there it goes. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
You still got the little faces on the elbow joint and wrist joint.
The little Onis.
Yeah. So when they kind of do that, I'm a little more forgiving. They also got to figure something out with the way they do the hips. Like there's that swivel that's still in there, but it's basically useless because it has no range.
Yeah.
Like
Mitch Falcon in the chat. Also, the lowest rates, but you could do what you wanted, which is why Ditko went there. Sorry.
I mean, getting crapped on by Stan for as many years as he did, I wouldn't blame him for wanting to go somewhere where he could do whatever he wanted, even if it's weird.
Damn it, Super Spike, cue the fruit adjacent LaCroix jokes.
I do still need to track down those. I think it was Valiant that did the WWF Battlemania.
Huh?
The WWF Battlemania comics. I think those were Valiant. Those Ditko drawing The Undertaker and Big Boss Man and stuff. Like I need that in my collection.
Check this out. I used the command hook and I just chopped it down, and now I epoxied it on, and now
nice.
You can have it wrap. Dope.
Very cool.
I was kind of worried about that. Now I'm a little bit more stoked.
Well, the thing about the McFarlane line, like McFarlane's got some really good licenses.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge fan of Destiny, the video game. And I would love to see him put out more stuff than put out more stuff than they have. You know, they've put out some solid figures. Obviously the articulation on them is kind of weird and crappy, but there's so many different armor sets that you could do some really fun things with. Plus, it'd be nice to get some of the, again, talking about like in the scheme of collecting toys, it'd be nice to get some villains and get some that are like cool pieces.
Well, and that license has such a cool
visual.
It has so many cool options.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's that thing of that. There's just so much that you could do with it.
Right.
That unfortunately, just no one is doing with
right.
it.
Exactly. Like I wish.
I had been tempted by some of the Borderlands figures he did.
Yeah.
But that was before they had, really upped the articulation. And again, they never really went super deep.
Right.
So for me, it's hard to get, it's like, all right, cool. You did 4 characters and now you're done forever. That doesn't really
light a fire under me to get them.
Yeah. So even on clearance, I've seen some of them floating around. I was like, I haven't seen any of them cheap enough to get me to start.
To dive into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start the dive of a deadline.
Well, that's the nice thing with it being dead is someday I'll just be at a comic shop somewhere and they'll have them all for $5 a piece, and I'll be like, "Yep, screw it."
Yeah.
Now
here we go, man. This past weekend, I was at Major Brothers Live 7 or Major Figure Podcast Live 7 out in Oshkosh and hit up the ACW show out there. After having some fun conversations and all that jazz out that way with some fellow Major Marks, and they recommended this place called Freak Toys out in Sheboygan. And A, Sheboygan, hella fun to say. B, like, that comic shop you were just talking about where you'd walk in and you'd find all those? That was that for me, because I thankfully was able to hold tight on quite a few lines that I just sat there and was stupefied by the fact that they not only had like 1 or 2 of, but like half the damn line for dirt cheap. But it was so cool to see just this crazy selection, and like it seemed like everybody in that shop knew everything about every one of those toy lines, which was hella impressive.
Mm-hmm. That is nice, and also that they had stuff but didn't have. Sometimes with those shops, you get the crazy grandma pricing.
Yeah.
Like if the antique stores, it's like, well, this comic is from the the 60s, so it must be worth $100. It's like it's a Sugar and Spike, and it has no cover.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys definitely knew what they were talking about, and it was fun. Like I legit had some fun conversations, and it was just like, oh my god, like I could have stayed there all friggin' day.
Have you been to either of the Jays locations in Iowa, Des Moines?
Yes. I went. I'm trying to remember what show it was. I was a guest at down there. I think it was an Icon.
Okay.
Show. I was down there and I hit it up after the show.
Because they sponsor or are involved with a G.I. Joe show that I go down there once a year for. And both their stores are just super. It's like everything.
Yeah. Sit there and smile.
Oh yeah. Well, last year, because one of the guys who runs the show knows Jay or whatever, and he's like, "Yep, you guys can all just come and go to the warehouse, dig around. It's literally just it's like your storeroom or my storeroom or whatever."
Yeah, just toy heaven.
Just bins full of random crap, just all kinds of weird toys. It's like, oh yeah, here's some, here's a bunch of Jacks, here's McFarlane monsters, here's Voltron. It's not really sorted. And then, so you just pull out what you want. He looks it up quick. He's like, "Yep, here's how much I'll charge you for that." All the stuff that hasn't made it into the stores, they don't have room for.
Sorry, I neglected the chat because I was focusing on painting.
Oh
no! Pale Aragorn, I'm getting into DC and starting with collecting the Mafex DC figures. I'm going down a very dark path, but it's okay because all of those will be delayed for a very long time.
Yes, yep. And it's not like they're going to do a ton. So.
Super Spike, I'm surprised they are going as deep with My Hero Academia as they are. I'm guessing the McFarlane line.
Yeah, they have.
It sells though. Like I
seems to
never
be
see
doing
those in
awesome.
store. There's always pegs. And apparently, just look that Ditko WWE issue up, going for 25.
Yeah, that's if I still did shows and did bin digging, that's where I would try and find that. But
man, I found a couple years back because in case you didn't know, I love wrestling and comics and toys. But there was a run pack of WCW.
I would buy that in a second.
I did. It was like $12.
Yep.
Like
totally worth it.
Sold. And man, there is some weird. Oh no, we lost Jimmy. Jimmy, come back. Oh, no. It's okay. He'll come back. He'll come back again someday. Hopefully today. Also, painting up this Tonga kid without the headband on looks super weird. There's Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Yeah, we'll see if it works again, if it keeps going.
Right on.
What happened there, but
we're in the home stretch.
Real quick, before we get any further, we need to have a brief message from our sponsor, Enhancement Talent.
Do you feel like a champion? Do you worry that you don't look like a champion? Try Enhancement Talent clothing and gear. At our state-of-the-art facility, you'll find wall art. Not one, not two, but a spectacular 3 cats. This thing. Top-of-the-line sewing equipment that Enhancement Talent has used to make Enhancement Talent clothing and gear. Let us take you to the top of the card.
Man, those are some good people. What can I say?
Oh, Dave.
What? You say me shilling is a bad thing. I don't know.
Well, where's the Mindwave Comics commercial?
This is a wrestling channel.
In development.
Actually, one thing I would love to get into real quick, Jimmy, is where can people find your work? Where can they find the awesomeness of Jimmy Person?
Well, if my internet connection holds up, I'm going to be restocking shelves shortly with the comic book that I've been working on, Hinge Incorporated. So check local comic shops for that. That's
in the Twin Cities area. Here in Minnesota.
Yes, Minnesota based. Sorry, should probably lead with that. But yes, I am going to be doing that, and you can find me on all the. Go ahead.
Oh no, just Pale Aragorn doing God's work. Sorry, I did not mean to cut you off, Jimmy. I was just.
No. You're good. You're good. But yes, I am. You can find me on all of the socials. I'm developing my platform, as it were. So I'm using my Xbox Live gamer tag from when I was a wee lad in my early 20s. So you can find me at Gideon Calling on Instagram, and my Twitter is James Person II, because I am James Person II. Name's so nice, I got it a second time around. You can see all of that in the chat, I'm sure. But yeah, that's where all of my little things are.
Right on. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. Joe K in the chat. Matt, you and Danny getting some love.
I mean, we are very cat friendly. The cats aren't always friendly to us.
That's fair.
Haggerty especially was a complete piece of shit last night.
Oh.
I think Nigel's down here somewhere wandering around.
Tuck loves the SpongeBob gear.
Yeah, we that was an earlier set, so maybe it's a little too thick. But anyway, I hope to see Cold Stone Tim Boston rocking that at some point. He's out of Nebraska. If you get a chance to check him out, he is I haven't seen him wrestle much, but just in terms of his persona, he is very entertaining. Good follow on the tweet machine.
Heck yeah.
And yes, I would not come out in tidy whities, but I'm sure somebody could pull that off and make it work.
And my dad used to rock that coming down during pay-per-views, like every once in a while. Just, hey guys. Oh, hey dad.
When all your friends were over?
Yep. Good time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. People sleeping over, all of a sudden just stomping down the stairs. Hey dad.
There was a Halloween. My mom had taken my sister and I out trick-or-treating, and so my dad was home by himself, and we had not prepared. There was no, I mean, we had the Halloween bucket, that what we called, that lived in one of the cupboards, and all the Halloween candy that we didn't eat on Halloween just went into the Halloween bucket and lived in the cupboard. And periodically we would get the Halloween bucket down, and it was usually like the real bad candy anyway.
Why are there so many of the Bit-O honeys?
Yeah, it's like the weird, like chalky, stuff. Anyway, so it didn't really go bad. Anyway, he forgot about the Halloween bucket, and that it was Halloween. So the doorbell starts ringing, and there's kids in costumes. We lived out in the middle of nowhere, so he reasonably probably wasn't even expecting anybody.
Yeah,
but so he's answering the door, and apparently it was busy enough. So one, he's answering the door in his worn out pouchy long johns, like the red union suit style. It doesn't have the butt flap, but basically that. I think it was the waffle. The awful waffle. Yeah, so he's got those. They weren't in the greatest. They weren't fresh. And he's handing out like Hunt's snack pack pudding and cans of soup, because we didn't have any candy for the trick-or-treaters. So here's a chocolate marshmallow pudding and some freaking tomato soup. Happy Halloween.
Get off my lawn.
I would love to stop by your house. I fucking
Please enjoy my inappropriate pants.
Good times. Jesus. Man, I think back to some of those where it's like, wow, like some weird stuff.
Your dad didn't have anything to prove to your friends.
I believe my favorite of all time was he came down in the middle of a wrestling pay-per-view. He was in like shorts and a t-shirt, and like he came down the steps, and everybody's like trying to be nice, like, hey, Mr. Wheeler, how's it going? And like he must have had like a headache or something. He came down, used the bathroom, was going back upstairs, and he just looks over and he goes, "Hi-yo, Silver," and just went upstairs. And like all my friends just started dying, just cackling. We're sitting here watching wrestling, just making the most noise possible. And Dad pops down, hi-yo, Silver. Like,
I mean, that would have cracked. See that right there. That's a whole gimmick. Come
right?
out in your tidy whities, shout hi-yo Silver, get your finisher, collect your freaking paycheck.
Right? Like I remember we had like a V-Fed. I don't know how many people in the chat had a V-Fed. Like playing on the video games and everything. And Dad's character, my brother went back, Beard from Heel Turn Radio went back and made a full history of this territory. And so before the modern incarnation of my dad, who was Retiro, with such amazing finishers as the old Fart Flop and I'm trying to remember the other one. It was like the 5-star Bonsai or something like that. He was Bob Van Dam, so he was BVD. Yeah, it was amazing. To this day, actually, right up on my shelf. Oh, you can't see it. I have my original custom Bob Van Dam figure that I made that I still have to this day. That is a loving memorial to my father. But yes. So since we're less on the wrestling, Jimmy, and we're more focused on toys this fantastic show. We've already gone through that dream line. We've gone through what you've collected. what's kind of been your jam and
Yeah.
whatnot. I'm gonna throw you kind of an oddball question, but
Okay.
because we know what you collected, but if you could name top 5 figures that you own or have owned, what would they be?
Owned or have owned?
Well, I know you've you've ditched some figs over the years, so
Yeah. It's a good question. I have distinct memories of the Batman the Animated Series toy line.
yeah.
The parachute Batman has always been something that I've loved from that
That was
line.
the fluorescent orange one, right?
Yep. Fluorescent orange. So I love that figure.
Combat Belt Batman was one of the few figures where I was like, I need to pay, because I got into the line a little bit late, and I'm like, well, this is the only like regular Batman, so I was like,
Yep.
I've got to pay freaking aftermarket scalper prices at the St. Cloud comic shop for this because I need it.
Oh man, was
Yep.
it Cedar Cliff or not Cedar Cliff? Granite City.
It was, I believe, it was at the time KG's Cards and CDs.
Oh wow.
Which later became the Time Vault.
Oh,
I worked at both iterations, though I did not work there at the time that I bought that figure, I don't believe.
nice.
And then it went out of business because it was horribly mismanaged.
That's fair. That's fair.
Not by me.
So you say.
I
Jimmy.
left before it went out of business.
Fair. Jimmy, we got one. What's next?
I love the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord.
Right on.
The MMPR Megazord is always a choice thing for me. I always get mad nostalgia for it. I love toy. I'll keep it. I'll stay away from six tail stuff because I don't want to factor that stuff in. Well, because the rest of my line would just be like, hey, this 6 scale thing is pretty sweet and dope. Staying with toys, in the same vein as the MMPR Megazord, I remember for my birthday, I wanted the Power Rangers in Space Megazord so bad because I'm a huge sci-fi fan, and it was just right up my alley. It was a spaceship that had a shuttle that could eject and it turned into the Megazord. Like, that was awesome. I loved that toy. And I like big giant robots. So big giant robots is also an appealing thing for me. Right? So those 3. What else? I wish I had the first release of it, but I have the Generation 2 Optimus Prime with the voice box on the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how old I was when I got that thing, but my mom got it for me along with 4 of the little mini vehicles that could fit in the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I had 5 that I could just drive around with.
That's good.
Yeah, I loved it. I can't remember what the 5 Autobots were, but I know it was orange, blue, green, and red were the cars, and they were just some weird like variations on somebody else. I don't think there were any known.
Well, it was they were probably like the Hot Wheels kind of ones. They were kind of like Hot Wheels size.
No, they were a little bit bigger than that, but
okay. Because there was the GoBots that were part of that Generation 2 line that were basically Hot Wheels, and those were just like, let's make a bunch of crap and then put, famous character names on them, even though they don't look anything like them.
Right.
But I'm trying to think then. Okay.
Mitch,
those laser
Megazord choices.
You gonna get those 3.30? Is it 3.0 doing those 112 or 1.6 MMPR?
Those
I have.
You have the third-party ones, right?
Yes, I can't remember who it was that did that.
Okay,
but I had the first initial release of the 1/6 Power Ranger
Yeah,
figure.
they look amazing from
Yeah.
my recollection. The 3-0 ones look good, but they also look a little light. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, there's
Mitch
something
Falcon.
about. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and I was
Mitch
Mitch Falcon. What are you guys saying? A comic shop was run poorly?
Ha
And Pale Aragorn, we believe in you, but you're collecting Star Wars and DC. That is a slippery slope. Sorry. Sorry, Jimmy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm trying to think of what my fifth one would be. Because I just have so many nostalgia vibes for it. I would honestly, I loved, again, staying with Transformers, I loved that Optimus Prime from Robots in Disguise. Like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Still in my collection.
Yeah,
it's
he's
just that good a toy.
Yeah, such a beautiful piece. And that's not to diminish any of the other like beautiful ones that I have. Like I love Dinobot. Dinobot's such a great character, and I love that original Beast Wars Dinobot. I love Depth Charge. I'm a huge fan of Depth.
Yeah.
I go deep on the Beast Wars and Beast Machines. I love Beast Machines. So
that makes one. We found him.
I didn't mind the Beast Machines. I didn't mind it. I am going to be very curious to see. I'm not optimistic, of course, based on the first 2 seasons, but to see what they do in the Netflix series with Beast Wars.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that.
But yeah, I'm not expecting it to be good.
Mitch Falcon, Silverbolt's dope. I love Silverbolt.
I would. You don't really need an updated Silverbolt. The original figure holds up well, but if they want to do an updated Silverbolt, I would be all about it. The updated Air Razor is freaking nice.
Yes,
I still have yet to see one in person.
She's good. That Black Arachne is awesome too. I really hope they do Tarantulas.
I thought they announced Tarantulas already.
They might have. Pterosaur's rumored as well.
They just announced Scorponok. They did Waspinator, Megatron.
Oh, this is unsettling.
I want a Rampage.
Yeah, a new Rampage would be nice. Just like I put all my figures in storage a few years ago, and then when we moved into the house, god damn, yeah. I was able to start unpacking stuff, and I took my transmetals out of the box, and like Tigatron is rumored. He is rumored for Kingdom. Whether it'll be selects or a regular release, but he is rumored. I hope they do a new mold for him because the Kingdom Cheetor mold is not quite what I like, but
yeah,
we'll see. But yeah, I took him out of the box, and like the vac metal started like coming off my rat trap in just like big chunks.
Oh no!
I think my Rampage is holding up okay, but now I'm just it soured me on vac metal.
Yeah, dude, I want an Inferno.
Inferno needs to happen. The original Inferno just does not, even at the time, they differed enough from the animation model that he never quite sat right with me.
Well, and what's the figure, the proto form? Because I know they're doing a variation on him in the
fossilizers, yeah.
But I wish they would just do the proto form.
Yeah, they did the one as a Build-A-Figure, but it was pretty inarticulated.
Right.
It was just a 5-pointer, wasn't it?
Yep. And I only ever got the head from that one. I think it was just called Protoform.
Yeah. Mitch Falcon, Cheetor is too small for Big Cat. I would agree with that.
The Walmart exclusive recolor is a better figure than the mainline Kingdom release. But yeah, he's not great, unfortunately. I've seen some modifications to Dinobot that make him look a lot better. His robot mode is awesome. Dino mode has some flaws.
Yeah.
Mitch Falcon in the chat says transmutate.
That's good. God, yes.
There we go. And we got a lot of Transformers fans in here. Should we talk about Transformers more often? This is awesome.
Like, sure can. I got Transformers, baby.
Maybe we'll Jimmy, you'll have to come back on because we're down to our last 5 minutes, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is perhaps next month we do a Transformers episode, and Matt, we perhaps move your Chimera, if possible, to showcase your ridiculous Transformers collection, because then we can have conversation and you can show off your goodies. That sounds a little inappropriate when I said it out loud. That's my bad.
It's not that kind of show yet, but if it'll get us more viewers.
Hey man, you'll turn radio, not OnlyFans. I don't know if that's how that actually works, but
no, I have been poking at it. I do want to do. I got this Nemesis Prime from the spoiler pack or whatever, and I really like the kind of futuristic up armored cab. The trailer does not match it, so I want to take this trailer and freaking Mad Max / Goliath from Knight Rider it out. Put some armor on it so it can hold the guns and stuff. So I will save that.
Right on.
For our theoretical future Transformers.
And Mitch Falcon in the chat, so say we all. We do have broad, pointless knowledge. And you know what? Nothing wrong with it.
Not at all.
Pale Aragorn, I only started collecting in 2019, and I'm quickly going down the 1/6 scale rabbit hole. As you can see behind me, it's 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale. It's a little bit of everything. My most recent love of a line are these little guys right here, because my goodness, the Plunderlings are so insanely fun, and I cannot wait for more to come out.
I saw your I saw yours. I saw the freaking that custom or digital custom that somebody did, the Green Goblin, Plunderling, and I'm like, man, I want to make that, and then I'm like, oh, but they're $40 a piece.
Yep. Worth it.
They seem to be worth it, but it's one, and like if I was one of those guys that collected Mythic Legions or whatever, and my focus was that theme or category of toys, I would be all over them.
I'm honestly hoping they re-release that what are called the hatchlings, which were like little kind of unarticulated bodies, but they look like minis. So you can put the spare hands and head and accessories on it. So you end up basically with 2 figures. That's what they kind of did for the Kickstarter.
Nice.
And
I would think they would.
I'm sure they will, because they have what is it? It's Plunderlings. They did the Fawns, and then they're doing Plunder Strongs and Plunder Longs that are coming. And Mitch Falcon, I concur. I also need some more walloping hands. Basically Hulk hands for the figures.
Speaking of Kickstarters and Dream toy lines, almost there. But they are, 5-point retro style figures. There's a Kickstarter right now for the Prisoner.
Yeah.
Figures, and oh man, I am tempted. Even though I don't normally collect those 5-point retro figures, the Prisoner is a hell of a show. And toys for that have been a long desired thing for me. So
Mitch Falcon. Oh, I think they're going through their site. They're also going through Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth for Plunderlings. I did not pre-order the Boba Fett 2-pack. I'm hoping they're going to release the fully repainted version. I'm trying really hard not to dive into Star Wars. I have Mando, and that Ahsoka is really tempting. All the Mando figures have been really tempting. Tuck, I'm jealous because I did not from the Kickstarter. I missed. I swung and I missed. And Mitch Falcon, look at me. I'm the Mitch Falcon now. Wait, where's that super comment from earlier? I don't think I can scroll up that far. Damn it. I did manage to finish 3 out of the 4 turtles. So I have them in their creepy.
There you go. You got the head swapped out and everything.
Creepy disguise. Well, I'm kind of cheating. I'm using some Sculpey just to plug the heads on. But I'm like, that's how they would be anyways. So
I think some cleanup, maybe another coat. I think Spitfire is almost done, so I'll probably have her done before next week just to get her off my workbench. Got the head.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
There we go.
Mostly, so I'll have to send that off to my pal, and What else?
Yeah.
Did I finish anything else? I just did some sculpting on some random things. Ooh,
Very
look
nice.
at that.
That's coming along, man. I
Yeah,
love it.
man, that's looking good.
I'm back into the swing of painting, so it's a bit messier than I expected it to be, but we're getting back at her.
It's paint.
That's
You can cut it in, clean it up.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's the beauty of it all. So, because we're at 10 o'clock, I want to run through our socials and everything. So, Jimmy, we're going to start off with you. Jimmy, you got the spotlight.
Okay.
Tell people where they can find you. Tell people where they can get you goods.
You can find me where most social medias are found. On Facebook, I am James Franklin Person II. You can drop me a line there. You can find me on Instagram with @GideonCalling. You can find me on Twitter with JamesPerson2. I Roman numerals. And yeah, those are the ones that I've got kicking so far. But I'm going to get going on some other ones here shortly. You can like my page, Hench Incorporated. That's a comic book. I'm going to start pumping the socials on that more as the comic gets closer and closer to releasing in shops and whatnot. You'll see things if people are interested in picking it up and reading it. But yeah, that's the full extent of my socials for now. So
Heck yeah. And all those are in the chat as well. Matt, where can they find you, my friend?
Hypno Hustlers _customs on Instagram, and then variations and also at Hypno Hustlin at Twitter. And variations of enhancement talent clothing and gear on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you would care to see the wrestling gear that my wife and I work on, mostly Danny, because she's awesome and does cool stuff.
Fair enough. All right. And as always, I'm your host, Diamond Dave Wheeler. You can find me on Twitter at Dave Wheeler, on Instagram at The Dave Wheeler, not the Suck It Tuck. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, and you can find all of us on pretty much any platform at Heel Turn Radio. Once again, you can find us right here every Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Coming up next, tomorrow, I will be back on the Fwoosh with Robo and Cincy doing an AEW watch-along. Watch us as we cringe and talk toys. It's good times. And yeah, until next week, everybody, make sure to take care. And I was going to say spike your hair. I've been watching that stupid shit. I shouldn't say stupid, but I've been rewatching some of the old Zack Ryder episodes, and it's been hella fun. But now whenever I say take care, I want to say spike your hair. And let's just put it this way. There's no way of doing that right now. It's too long.
Could. Yeah, I was going to say you could, but it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, right? So, good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Maybe. I'm just messing with you. I got to run through the thank yous again. Stupid Robo's broken my mind into making me do this because I got to do the mid-credit scene now. So I just wanted to run through and thank everybody that's in the chat. Mitch Falcon, Super Spike. I'm so sorry, Super Spike. Pale Aircorn. Man, good Lord, Tuck. Just everybody. Joe, Smoking Joe. Just everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for taking time and hanging out with us. It's been hella fun, and we'll see you back here next week. Thank you, Jimmy. Also, thank you, Matt. You guys rock.
Thank
we all rock.
Thanks, everybody.
Be excellent to each other. Bye.